Okay, everybody, this is my second attempt to record this today because I forgot the microphone. So let's hope this time goes well. This is actually my late update. Oh my goodness, this hair is sticking up today. For Pan is the Word. This is a new project that just started last month. And before I get into what all I have got going on, I am going to ask you to do all of the things. You know what they are. I do appreciate that you guys do this all the time for me. All right, so Pan is the Word is a project that is based on the movie Grease that was created by Becci. Becci's channel is going to be linked down below, and she did this in collab with the Fantastic Ladies. They're going to be linked in the description box also. You want to go listen to Becci. I like just listening to her voice. She's got such a lovely voice. So she created this project with 20 prompts. We're allowed to bring in however many we want, bring them in as we want, set our own goals, all of that kind of stuff. But this is going to be from June 16th, 2023 to December 16th, 2023. So it's only a 6-month project. We're supposed to be doing monthly updates. Like I said, I'm a little bit late on this. And she actually set this up to coincide with the release date of the movie. That's why she picked the dates that she did. So, all right. Hashtag Pan is the Word. In case I didn't mention, I don't know if I said it or not. Like I said, second time recording, I don't know what I've told you and what I haven't. All right, the first thing I have in is for the prompt Grease, and this is a hair product, and truthfully, I probably should have been using it today. I brought in this really old Suave, it's a coconut oil. It's like a damaged hair repair type of thing. I do not have any in, but honestly, with the way that piece is sticking up today, I probably should have. So because it's an oil, I had to remark my line right there. That's where I started. This is where we are now. I did take weights. We went from 52.2 in June when I started. Obviously, it started in June. I already told you that. Anyway, we're at 34.8 right now. There is a good chance this will be finished next month. Yay! We like when we can do that. Okay, then the next thing I have is Pink Lady, so that's a pink item. With that, I went with this Mary Kay micellar water. I do not go through micellar waters quickly. You can see where I started, where I am now. It went from 111.1 grams to 99.5. So I have used some of it. I'm working on it. I just don't think to use this that often. That's why I put it in a project, so that I can get this one finished off and roll it in my collection, because I have more micellar waters and they're going to last me for the rest of my natural life. So obviously the goal is to finish on that. No, I've got leftover swatches from, ignore that, you guys, if you even saw it. All right, the next thing I have is Beauty School Dropout. This is an item that you will not repurchase for that. It is the Ordinary's Buffet. While this is a lovely serum, and it does have all the fun things in it, they have changed their formulation. You can see my wonky lines from where we started to where we are. This is something I won't be repurchasing. I'm changing up my skincare routine anyway. And with the new changes to this, I just don't even want to deal with it. We went from 74.8 to 66.3. So we're getting there. All right, then we had Drive-In, a product with a movie theme or movie name. For that, I had picked up the Breakfast Club set, which a lot of it I have passed on to family. But this is a Saturday Detention. This is volume 1. This is from Physicians Formula. Now what this is a highlighter and blush palette. It does not have a mirror. It just has pictures from the movie. So these are named. We've got the Brain, which is the highlighter here. The Princess, which is the blush. Yeah, you can see that. And then this one is the Athlete. Those are the ones we got. Okay, we're going to swatch. We're going to swatch. So I've got sparkle on my hand from before. I'm sorry. So this highlighter, can you see it a little bit? Maybe. Has a lot of pink and gold reflect to it. It's really pretty. I used that twice. Now this top blush, it's a nice neutral one. I only used it once, but it is a good color. And then we've got the bronzer, which you're not going to see. I love this bronzer. I used this 4 times. It's kind of hard to see because it's very, very light, but it is definitely my tone without question. Okay. So that one, okay, yeah, so 2, 1, 4, in case you're counting. Then we've got the Basket Case, which is this darker highlighter. We have got the Rebel, which says Sincerely Yours as the second blush. And then is this bottom bronzer. It says The Breakfast Club on it, and it is called Class of 84. So I'm pretty sure you guys can see the imprints on these. Whoops. I'm going to throw stuff on the floor. Yay me. All right, so these things just don't swatch great for me. But there I have them next to each other so you can kind of see the comparison from the top row to the bottom row. So this side is the bottom row, the lighter side is the top row. Let's pick up the stuff we're throwing. Ooh. Okay. Hopefully that was okay. Anyway, so we got once, twice. I distracted myself. I don't know what I said. But I have completed my 12 uses. I just wanted to hit 12 pans in here. I did that. This is going to roll out and back into my collection. The thing that I'm finding about this palette, as opposed to the normal Physicians Formula Butter Bronzers that I have, is that this is dustier. So maybe there's something to be said for that formulation, just in case anybody wanted a comparison. All right, then we've got Pajama Party, an item you would use in the evening or overnight. For that, I have this Bath & Body Works. This is the Sleep Essential Oil Mist this is in lavender vanilla. I wrote it down as lavender chamomile. It is in lavender vanilla. And you can see, oh, well, that's not my, I don't know what that is, but that's not a line down there. It's the gold reflecting. But we started right above the label, and then we're at that mark right there for now. Here's the deal with this. This is their newest formulation, and this was one of those, if you had one of the coupons where you get a free item, this counted, so I picked it up because I used to like their other one. And this is not the same. There is something about this that's a tad more harsh than the original pillow mist and body sprays that they used to do with their aromatherapy line. I don't love it. So I'll keep working on it, but it is not something that I'm probably going to rush right out to get, because I actually did like the older one better. But now I know, and it's not bad. Like I said, there's just something about it that's a little bit more harsh in my opinion. Don't know why. I don't normally have problems with lavender vanilla, but we'll keep working on it. So then we've got Hand Jive. This is a product for your hands. This is the Hava. This is the Dead Sea Water Mineral Hand Cream. This is a 1.3 ounce. Now this started at 48 grams and is now at 30.3. There's a huge, it's all deformed and smooshed in, and there's an air bubble in here. And so when I squeeze, like even from the top, it still puts lotion out, and I can't tell where I am, but I think I'm down here from what I'm seeing through the lights. So I'm not sure about that. Like I said, I know there's an air bubble. That's in the finish also. All right. Then we're going to start with things that I am bringing in. Even though I only have one rollout, I am bringing more things in because I want to get all of the prompts, and some of these are longer term, and we've only got 6 months. It's getting warm under the lights. All right, so for the T-Birds, this is a black item, black packaging, something like that. I am bringing in the Lancôme Genifique. You know, this is a holy grail. I love having this. This is the 1.67. So these come in, no, 1.69. It comes in a 0.67, a 1 ounce, this size, and then there's an even bigger one. But this is the one that I happen to have. This is the one I'm currently using. This will stay in either till the end of the project or when it's gone, whichever comes first. It is starting at 143 grams. And I love it. And I always want to have it in my collection. Okay, the next one is You're the One That I Want, a product you really want in your collection. So I had tried some samples of these. You have seen them in projects, and I thought, I just love this stuff. I really want it. So that's what it is. It's the Guerlain, and I know I'm not saying it right. I know it's Royale, but Abiel, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. This is the packaging for it. So what I ended up doing was they came out with a box bundle set at Sephora, and then it went on sale, and then I had some kind of a coupon discount something. I don't know what I had, but I ended up getting the set. So this is what the product looks like. You can see this is what it is full. It does have a squeezy top dropper. Hopefully you can see that. So this is going to come back into my skincare routine, and this is a 1/2 ounce bottle. I'm going to just keep this in until, like I said, project ends or it's gone, whatever. We are starting at 66.8 grams. A lot of this stuff is that way. I wanted to get stuff that I knew was going to take a few months, but not like a whole year type of stuff. Things that I wanted to either get back into my routine, things I wanted to move out of my collection, things like that. So this is kind of an oddball. This is kind of my oddball collection for this project. Just the way that's going to be. All right, next is Hopelessly Devoted to You. I'm not going to sing. This is an item you can't do without, and I think we've all figured out by now too that that is my Lancôme. This is the Tony Comfort. And I know I'm mispronouncing that too because I do not speak French. But this is the toner. This I use as a serum as opposed to, I don't know how other people use toners. the way I was brought up, a toner is something you put in a cotton ball or cotton swab and you wipe your face with it. This I use more as a serum because it's a little bit thicker, and it's got some good skincare properties in it. So I put a piece of tape on it, marked where we were. This is the travel size, obviously. So you can see that it is 53 grams. These do take me, even with that, because it's only a couple drops that I use at a time, it takes me a few months. So that one's coming in for that. All right, and then we've got the beach, something you would bring to the beach with you or take to the beach with you. Do I look like a beach girl? I'm not. In case it's a shock to anyone, I'm not. I don't tan. I burn. Yeah, no, I freckle. But if I had to go to a beach, I've been to beaches. I just don't sit out in the sun. I would bring a sunscreen. So this is the Supergoop Super Screen. This is not my unseen sunscreen that I normally use. This is an SPF 30. It's a 0.34 ounce, 10 milliliter bottle. It weighs 14.7 grams. And this was either a gift with purchase or a point perk from Sephora. And because I love Supergoop, except for the unseen sunscreen, the one that's tinted, that one I don't like. But I figured the sheer screen, I would give it a shot. We'll see how it works out for me. We're just going to bring this in to finish. It has not been used, so sunscreens are always good in my world. All right, the next is Summer Nights, an item best used in summer. That's hard for me, you guys. I don't necessarily do a lot of summer versus winter products because I don't spend my winters here in Minnesota, so I'm kind of in summer year round. And I get that there are seasonal changes and colors, and like this is a fall color, but it's July. I don't know. I don't do well with that. Anyway, what I decided that I was going to bring in is I'm going to bring in my Euphoric Sun. This is the Song Summer palette. I used this palette about a year ago into the Rolling Into project that I did with Brown Eyed Girl Charisse. So I do have my original card in there too, and I'll show you because I taped a new one on there. It's got a mirror, but I taped my card on there, and that's what I had before. So these are the shades. This is a gorgeous, subtle palette. Very soft, very light, very much like what a lot of the, I don't know the politically correct term. So anyway, I'm going to say it's kind of more of the Asian inspired or more of that style. Hopefully that's not offensive. Somebody throw it in the comments and tell me what I'm supposed to actually be saying so that I'm not offending people, because I don't know. I can say, this one I can say confidently without actually being afraid that I'm going to offend somebody. I have spent some time in China. I have gone a couple of times. These colors, this light, soft, subtle palette style is very much what you would see on some of the really lovely professional Chinese women. So that's kind of how I think of this, is like one of those, it's not punchy. It's not your indie brand blingy shadows. It's all very subtle, very classy, very sophisticated looking. Yeah, like I said, I'm hoping I'm not offending people. So that is what I am bringing in to use each shade 3 times for that palette, for this project. I forgot one of the things that I am bringing in for the Grease project, or Pan is the word, is Rydell High. So this is a product you liked as a teenager. I had set it aside and I totally spaced. Sorry about that. So what I'm bringing in is a drugstore foundation because that's what I wore back in the day. And honestly, you guys, I am too old to bring in a lot of products when I was a teenager. Most of them don't exist anymore. But I am going to be bringing in this L'Oreal True Match Foundation. This is a broad spectrum SPF 17, which I think is expired anyway. This is a cool one in C1 Alabaster. This is the one that I found at Target for less than $1. Now, I know Steph had used this too and had some problems with how you apply. Now, I don't have windowing, but I know that I'm down at least halfway on this bottle of foundation. This is how I apply it. I do this. I take what I get on my hand, and then I kind of dot it, and then I blend. So obviously this is a me shade. I've used this before. You've seen it. That is what it is. What I am doing with this, you guys, is I'm going to be bringing this in until the end of the project. I will actually keep track of the number of uses on my card, and I will just update you every time. I did weigh it. It is 62.9, so we're going to track progress that way since this doesn't actually window. And, you know, I'm also working on another foundation that I am trying to pan this year. So with any luck, I might get one finished. I might get another one close to finish, so maybe I can finish it next year. I don't have a ton of foundations, but I don't feel I need as many as I have, so I want to start working towards some of these to clean out my collection. All right, that is what I had forgotten, so now you have that too. Now, that's going to lead us to our music moment. And in sticking with the theme, I figured we would stay with Grease, and I would actually pick some stuff by Olivia Newton-John. Well, kind of. So, a lot of you may realize that Olivia Newton-John did pass away August of last year. I don't remember the date. Anyway, that's not tremendously important, I don't suppose. But she was the character Sandy in Grease. Okay, let me see if I can... Yeah, she passed away August 8th of last year. She was born in September 26th of 1948. So she is known as British Australian. So she was born in Cambridge in England. And then when she was 5, her family moved to Melbourne. So that's where you're getting a lot of that Australian and that accent. Like I said, she played the character of Sandy in the movie. And so this is actually kind of fun. Just a little bit of background. We're giving you most of the trivia on this one. She was at a dinner party that Helen Reddy threw. Now, if you've watched Women Who Rock, you know who Helen Reddy is, or you've at least heard the name. And if you watched my episodes, you know that I had talked about her because of her singer, because she's a singer. I'm stumbling over my words. I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar is the most famous, and we discussed that in one of my episodes. Before I was doing music moments, when I actually did the prompt, that's when I discussed it. So anyway, Olivia's at a dinner party with Helen Reddy at her house. I'm assuming it was at her house. It was one she hosted. And the producer for Grease, whose name I do not know off the top of my head, Alan Carr? Hold on. I will find it for you. What's his name? Yes, his name is Alan Carr. He and Olivia Newton-John met there. And so she had an experience, and so she wasn't really comfortable with playing a high school character. She felt she was too old because she was 28 at the time. So she insisted on doing a screen test. So she did do a screen test with John Travolta. They absolutely wanted her and loved her for this. The original character was supposed to be Sandy Dombrowski, and it was supposed to be an American character. Because they wanted Olivia, and because of the screen test and hiring her on for the project, they actually changed the origination of the character. They changed it to Sandy Olsen, and they made her a transfer student from Australia. Yes. She was an Australian student who holidays in the U.S. and then ends up moving with her family. That's what it was. Couldn't think there at all. So the deal with this is Grease became the highest box office hit of 1978. This movie actually came in second to like Titanic as far as the popularity. It ranked as the second highest grossing film behind Titanic. So that's pretty impressive. This thing was released and obviously made huge bank. The soundtrack for it actually spent 12 non-consecutive, so not all in a row, but 12 weeks at #1, which is pretty impressive. And that's U.S. stuff. This yielded 3 top 5 singles for Olivia Newton-John. Now, you're getting 2 of these today. What you're getting is you're getting Summer Nights and Hopelessly Devoted to You. And those are 2 of the products that I brought in this month, and that's the reason I'm doing the music moment this way. Now, the reason that you're getting these 2 is because they were actually in the top 5 at the same time. Olivia Newton-John is the second woman to have done that. The first one being Linda Ronstadt, who you know I also love. And if we haven't talked about her, we will. I'm sure I'll talk about her more. But Linda Ronstadt managed that in 1977. Olivia did it in 1978. Now, Summer Nights obviously is not just a solo Olivia project, but because she is one of the primaries on that, that counts under her records also, and that's why Summer Nights and Hopelessly Devoted to You were part of that record. Okay, now, I mentioned Olivia had passed. Olivia had battled breast cancer 3 times throughout her life, and she became incredibly active for breast cancer awareness and raising money and working with different foundations. She's been awarded all kinds of stuff, you guys. For her activism, for her, for Grease, in fact, she got a People's Choice Award for Favorite Film Actress. She was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actress. in a musical performance, but she didn't get that one, although she did perform Hopelessly Devoted to You at the 1979 Academy Awards. So both of these songs charted, there's numbers, they charted in multiple countries, it's all over. When Olivia passed away, one of the things that the AMC theaters did, let's just clarify which company it was, is that they actually brought the movie back and brought it into some of their theaters for, I don't know if it was a weekend or whatever it was. And what they did is they then donated part of the proceeds of that to, I want to get the foundation right. They donated to breast cancer research. It doesn't say which foundation, just in general. So it was for a weekend long thing. That's what they did. This movie, though, in addition to that, as a way to honor her and to help further some of the causes that she was a champion of, also had come back and done, sometimes they bring back old movies and certain theaters will show them and they'll do them for like a night screening or a weekend screening or whatever. This also came back for the 20th anniversary. This thing has come back multiple times, and this thing is something that still sells. The soundtrack still sells. The movie still sells. I mean, this is just one of those things that's kind of a staple in the canon of filmography for that kind of thing. Okay, I'm not comparing this to Citizen Kane. All right, that's not what I'm talking about. But as far as like nostalgic teen movies of the 50s, high school 50s movies, this one is right up there with all of that. And because of for the most part, the wholesome and the innocence and just the good storyline, that's why this keeps coming back and staying in popularity and in vogue. So that is what I wanted to give you for the music moment. In the description box, I will have a link to Summer Nights and Hopelessly Devoted to You. Holy crap, I can't think here. I don't know which versions I'm going to be giving you, simply because I don't know what's out there, because once again, I don't pick those before I start filming. So you're going to get whatever it is that I can find. Make sure you check out everything in the description box so you can hit Becci's channel, that you have checked out the Fantastic Ladies if you have not yet done so. And then for your music and listening pleasure, those videos are going to be in there too. So that is everything I have for you for this update. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me. I truly do appreciate it. Until next time, everybody. See ya. Bye.